Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben. I'm a big thinker and deep feeler who is just trying to get the most out of this beautiful life. I share a lot of things that are related to just trying to create and share and live in alignment with your heart and your soul. To live a life that you actually give a shit about and one that excites you. Yeah, I've had quite the journey over the past 9 years of working for a company and then quitting, and then for 9 years doing various things, working for myself, chasing dreams, starting businesses, and actually today, I'm officially working for someone again and still have my creative projects and stuff like that. But I want to be able to share all of that with you, and I really just enjoy sharing my life and both my wins and my struggles and everything in between. So if any and all of this sounds good to you, I would invite you to like and subscribe because it's so much more fun when we're on this journey together. With that, it's Monday morning. Welcome to a week in my life. I am apparently being watched. That's very cute, but also not something they normally do, so they're waiting for something. This is my first day. It's my first day of work. So what's funny is that I'm looking at the clock here, and I still don't have to start for a little while because it's not super early. Like if you can see, it's full daytime, right, guys? It's actually a little after 9:30, but I don't have my computer set up yet. I have the company is also a West Coast company, so my onboarding today is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific, which is 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So, and I can't log in or anything before then. I'm sure I'll have plenty to do and admin and meetings and stuff later today and tomorrow, but for right now, I'm just kind of getting my week off to a good start. I just want to feel grounded and pretty much just like ready for liftoff. I want to have everything in place. I'll probably show you guys my office at some point today because I want to kind of rework some things in there. But that's really my morning, is just kind of really making sure that I'm setting myself up for a successful, not only first day, but first week on the job. And yeah, on the other side of things, less logistical, more energetic and mental emotional, I'm feeling really good, actually, to be honest. So today is Valentine's Day. Last night was the Super Bowl. We weren't up super late, so that was good. I didn't really feel that nervous or anything last night. I'd say I was like, my brain was a little bit more active when I was in bed, because normally I can just like shut off and I'm good. I can like fall asleep pretty quickly. I will say my brain was a little bit more active, but last night and this morning, like no anxiety whatsoever, which for me to not feel any level of nerves is really weird. It's a really strange thing. I don't deal with like crippling anxiety, at least in acute situations, but definitely not like on the regular. Yeah, but I do normally get slightly nervous, especially for new situations. So this feels kind of weird to me. But I will say the one thing I reflected on this morning when I noticed that I wasn't super nervous or anything like that, or literally like at all, is that not having to go in somewhere is huge for me. And so I'm going to attribute this to being an HSP, a highly sensitive person, which, by the way, if you aren't familiar with that and you think you might be one, but maybe not, but I'm not highly sensitive. Like, I would suggest you go check it out if you resonate with me and the way that I present myself, because chances are you could very well be one. Learning that I was an HSP is one of the most empowering things that I've done over the past few years. And to learn if you are one, super simple test. Go to HS Person. I'm pointing down. I don't know that I'm going to link it even because it's just very simple. hsperson.com. It's like a 27 questions, something like that. Go there, take the test. It's a really helpful thing to know about yourself, especially because I will talk about this on my channel here and there. So if you know that about yourself, it'll be helpful because you'll be able to kind of lock in and learn some more things about yourself. But back to what I was saying is that for me, learning that I'm a highly sensitive person and that my environment, I'm highly sensitive is essentially meaning that we're taking in stimulus and we're more sensitive to that than the average individual. I shouldn't say average, the non-HSP, it's a binary thing. 80% of the population are non-HSPs, 20% are HSPs. It's a trait. So I am more sensitive to my physical surroundings. So going somewhere new, doing things new for the first time, having to figure things out, being around new people, being in a new physical environment, all of those things would be pinging my system essentially. And not necessarily in a bad way, just in a way that is, it can cause hyper arousal, so to speak, from a nervous system standpoint. So I'm attributing the fact that I don't have all those things to the fact that I'm not super nervous or nervous at all right now. Who knows if that's right, but I definitely think that's the biggest piece of it. I think the other part of it too is that I feel super grounded in this. It feels like a great opportunity. Obviously things can change. Hopefully they don't, and I'll be sharing all of this, but it just feels like a really good situation, remote and otherwise. So yeah, feeling grounded. I'm gonna kind of get to my morning routine here. Like I said, I have the ability to do this kind of like as I have been recently, but going forward, as I'm sure I'll be sharing, you'll be seeing, things will be adapted in terms of timing and the things that I'm doing. And I'm just kind of excited to allow that to happen. Instead of having this really rigid set of like, oh my, okay, like I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna have to do that, this is the time. I'm just like really going into it with an open mind and excited to create a new day-to-day routine for me and rituals within that. So yeah, my spectators seem to have chilled out a little bit. I've been rambling for almost 10 minutes now, but it feels good. It feels good to just kind of give you the lay of the land and let you know where I'm at, because I just think it's gonna be a really interesting week. So here we go. All right, well, 2-hour onboard meeting done. I actually did just run downstairs and eat real quick. Didn't even think to grab the camera or anything like that. I was very hungry. Jesse actually grabbed Qdoba because it was buy one, get one free today. But yeah, just slacked my manager. I have a handful of other onboarding tasks to do for the rest of day one. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Just wanted to check in and let you know how things are going, but see how things go from here. A couple hours later, I actually found out that my boss is out today. He had kind of a surprise thing going on. So we weren't able to have a call today, but kind of got me started with some of the stuff that I need to be doing. I immediately got kind of stressed because I didn't understand some of the stuff. And so that's going to be an interesting thing to watch out for me. Is I don't like when I feel dumb, or like I can't figure something out, or it feels like something should be really easy, but for whatever reason I feel like I'm missing something. Hate all that. But I'm going to need to shift my relationship with those things and just realize that a lot of this stuff is not a big deal. So yeah, interesting, and something that I'm going to continue to pay attention to. But other than that, had kind of another headache / annoying thing. I have to fill out a form that I have to get in today, and realized we don't have any paper. So Jessie, with fortunately she has flexibility, so she is running to the store right now to get some paper so that I can actually print this freaking form out and get it sent back in, because that's like a necessity today. And then I still have a couple of the onboarding tasks to do yet, but that'll kind of be wrapping up my day here. And then I do want to kind of reset my office a little bit, so chances are I will show a little bit of that here. Maybe wait till tomorrow, but hopefully I'll get to it today because I want to get it set up. Good morning, friend. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I survived day one of the job. I just logged in here. I'm gonna have to adjust my morning routine a little bit because I set my alarm for 7:30 this morning and then ended up getting up at like 7:45. Not enough time for me to be online by 9, at least not how slowly I like to take the morning. And I know, like, obviously I'm giving myself space to adjust. It's going to take a minute, and also to figure out like, do I need to be online right away at 9? Can there be a little bit of wiggle room? Like, there's just like a lot of pieces. But currently that's kind of what I'm noting for today is that'll have to be, I'll need some more space going forward. It just wasn't enough today. I felt rushed, and that's one thing I do not want. I would much rather get up early and be a little groggy, but to feel rushed is not okay. Not how I want to have my morning go. So, learning lesson there. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, kind of forgot to film anything last night after I shared a little bit about what was going on, like yesterday afternoon or whatever. It was Valentine's Day, so Jesse and I didn't do anything crazy, but we made pizzas together. Sorry I didn't show that. That would have at least been fun to show a quick little clip of that. But we made pizzas together, or a pizza together, and then watched and finished Sweet Magnolias Season 2 on Netflix. So if you are a big thinker and deep feeler and you like to feel your feelings and you don't care if it's through a cheesy show, Sweet Magnolias is for you. It was fun, and especially since we moved to the South, and I've just always had kind of there's just this charm to the South. There's a lot of not great parts about it, obviously, in history as well, but there's just this romantic aspect of it. and this show definitely just kind of captures that. So anyways, if you've watched, hit me up below. Let me know what you think, season 1 or season 2, in terms of what you like better, because I don't really know for me. I feel like I initially liked season 1 more, but this one kind of came around once it got rolling. So yeah, both good. But yeah, so now, like I mentioned yesterday, and I guess my subconscious probably knew, but yeah, we've got a mess of things still here. I did not do my desk reconfig. So yeah, I didn't forget to film that. I just didn't do it. That one task yesterday ended up taking way longer than it should have. I redid it like 100 times. Has anybody filled out an I-9 before? Because I was just very confused about what I was supposed to do and misread it a few times, and like it just was a mess. And I was like, if my job is as difficult as filling out this form is, then I'm in trouble. So yeah, that was just kind of frustrating, because I literally scanned that thing like 18 different times. Okay, maybe not 18, but pretty damn close. Because it was just filled out wrong and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I've never filled one of those out before. I don't remember even doing that for Jesse, having to do that. So I don't know if that's a new thing, if that's a remote work thing, or what. Maybe you know, if you're in HR or have some background there. But finally got that done. Today will likely be a little bit more of like an actual work day, in terms of like meet with my boss, meet the team, and not like as much admin stuff. I put in a bunch of tickets yesterday to get access to softwares that I'll be using for my job. So yeah, kind of, still playing a little bit of the waiting game, but also will be a bit more actual work-esque today. But with that, I am, because it is 9:17 here, and my boss is on Central Time, so he might not be on until for like another 45 minutes or so. So I think I'm going to try to cram in this office reorg right now. Should I do it? Or should I do it? Should I do it? So I feel like I like it better for sure. Just having this directly, like the big monitor directly in front of me, is really nice. It makes a huge difference. So also there have the keyboard and the mouse. Both of these things will be updated at some point, but I have those for now. The only thing here is, obviously we've got a little bit of overlap with the mouse pad there, and then Like normally I was like pulling this out and writing notes while I've been on calls, like right there. So there are ways where the space feels like it's used in a less efficient way. So that's kind of annoying. I know the speakers are buried back there, but they actually aren't working currently anyways. This one is out. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that. But yeah, like I said, I like the feel of it better. I just kind of have to get the specifics straightened out. I mean, I think the biggest thing, also I threw my iPad down there. Since this is a work laptop, I can access some personal stuff, just like to-do lists or calendars there, a little bit easier than like my phone. But yeah, I like it. I think I really, at the end of the day, just need a bigger desk. Also, I know the cords are like disgusting. This one is currently just like chilling and hanging out. That's the speaker cord that isn't working anyways. But I'm not looking at those all day because that's under the desk. But yeah, the desk is just a little too small. Also, you'll notice we have a problem area up there that I still need to sort through. Otherwise, I like the feel of what's going on. But at the end of the day, I don't even know, this is cute to have these things there, but I don't really even know that I need that. Like, it might just be nicer to have a little bit bigger desk, be able to like slide some things back, like the monitor, to make just like a little bit more. I just want more working space. I like to be spread out. Like I want to have space for my keyboard. I want to have a big screen. I don't want my mouse to be running over there, and like I want space to be able to jot down notes and for things to not feel cramped. So yeah, I think my takeaway here is something that I already knew, which was I want a bigger desk. So yeah, I think I just need to, test run it, see how it feels over the next day or two, and make changes from there. And then I'm gonna kind of prioritize the things that I want to buy. I do get a monthly stipend for being a remote employee. So like for office supplies and stuff, or for internet, or basically like whatever I want to put it towards. So that will be helpful. I just, especially now that this is going to be where I'm at all day, every day, I definitely want to make this space really comfortable. And it's what I've gathered from the first 2 days so far is it's going to be hard work. It's going to be, I don't really know what other way to put it then. It's going to be work. So with that in mind, I'm totally cool with that, but I do want a space that feels good to me. And currently, this just, while the flow of it is pretty nice, it's just cramped. It's just cramped, and therefore the investment in a larger space is going to be key. So that's going to be the first purchase. I will have a keyboard, a mouse, and actually a different external monitor that is actually probably going to be a little bit nicer than this one. That will be coming from the company specifically. Those are just like requisitioned peripheral items. My brother makes custom keyboards, so I'm super excited to eventually get one from him because they're sick. Really fun in terms of like lights and all sorts of just nice stuff, especially as doing the heavy technical work that I'll be doing. I'll be able to program them for shortcuts and stuff like that. So super helpful for anybody in the programming world. So yeah, those are kind of the things that are on the horizon. Jesse did just grab this. I know I'm like spinning. I'm gonna make people dizzy. Try to do it slowly. This little plant. How do I point? Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, look at that. We got everything in frame. That little plant from Target the other day. I do want to have a couple more green things. This one over here has been completely dead for a while. Gotta love the snake plant. Gotta love the fake plant. But yeah, I do want to green it up, and that will be a little bit easier with some more real estate here as well. I think that's it. Questions, comments, suggestion box down below. Something that you think might help, or like based on what you know about me or what I'm doing, just kind of the things that I've laid out. Or if you work from home, things that have worked for you, I would love to know. I've been working at home for a while, but like I said, now that this is gonna really become kind of a nerd zone, and I really am going to be glued to this more often than not, I just really want to upgrade it and have it be a place where I enjoy spending my days. So yeah, I'd love anything you got for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here for a bit, probably call it a night, and be talking to you soon.
Our strategy, our corporate strategy, and how that's actually manifested itself over the years.
We're gonna eat those chips with those hot sauces before we answer the question. And Danny, if you're in trouble, anytime, just ring the bell, okay?
I'm already in trouble, Sanjay.
And they've got a fire extinguisher out there to come help.
Okay, why are we doing this? That's crazy. Okay.
Okay, so let's start with a little bit of sauce.
Deals.
Is that a good boy?
And finally, for those customers who want to just buy online and serve themselves, we are launching.
Well, hello, dogs. Well, it's 2 o'clock on Wednesday, so hello, happy Wednesday. If I didn't already say so in some of my previous videos, restarting my computer because I made some changes, and yeah, I need to move my butt a little bit because I've got another meeting in half an hour. What do you guys say? Want to go outside? Oh, look at that head tilt. Want to go outside? Okay. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Good morning, and happy Thursday. Figured I'd actually check in this morning and say, hey, we're all just kind of chilling in here. Jesse is out grocery shopping. I am logged in, started a little bit ago, it's almost 10. I have like the second half of that company meeting today, well, final third or quarter of it or something like that. So it's just for the next hour. But yeah, it's just been like a live stream, so I can still kind of do some stuff while that's on. But yeah, yesterday I didn't jump on here and talk much. I didn't share a bunch. I know I had like a few clips there, but nothing like too major. And yeah, I mean, as expected, it's just been a bit of a transition. I'm feeling much better today. I feel like I'm tired, but part of that is because Sir Finnegan here decided to get up at 4. Well, he got up at like 3. I got up to go to the bathroom, and apparently he like woke up at that point and never really went back to sleep. So yeah, at 4 o'clock, he just like was making a lot of noise and had both of us up. And so I took him downstairs and out and all that stuff. So yeah, got a couple more hours of sleep. I did end up sleeping again past my alarm. I'm just tired, but like an okay tired, less kind of like exhausted tired, if that makes sense. Just feeling a little bit better about, I don't know, where things are going. You know, it's just kind of like that initial overwhelm hits, and you know, I know there's going to be more of that. Like, it's going to come in waves for probably at least the first couple months, and in some respect for even a while after that, because things are just new and they're going to continue to be new. But that kind of initial system shock, I feel like it like waned a little bit yesterday, to the point of I just didn't feel like so drained last night, and which leads me to feeling better this morning. You know, a big piece of it, which I think many of you will understand as big thinkers and deep feelers, is change is hard, and that's true for any human, but also a new situation that you don't know well, that you aren't accustomed to. And for me, this is like a major culture shock, just in terms of like how I've spent my time and my energy and where I've had my headspace over the past handful of years now. So all of those things just lead to kind of this overwhelming, you know, it's very similar to being thrown into a foreign country and not really having any type of context or knowledge or whatever. Like, you're just thrown in. Like, that's kind of what this feels like, where it's just like so overwhelming. I'm trying to hang in these meetings in terms, like, I'm not talking, but it's just like I'm trying to even absorb what they're saying. I'm trying to absorb everything. I'm trying to absorb anything. So yeah, it's just been a lot, which is not a surprise to me or to anybody else, I'm sure. But you know, the reality of it has been real. But yes, feeling good, better today. I'm expecting ups and downs, like I said, so I'm not really like holding on to how I feel today necessarily, as much as just like grateful for it and surfing this wave while it's here. And yeah, in terms of like what the day looks like, I'm really just hoping that I can start to dig into a little bit more of things that matter, in terms of like the kind of work that I'll be doing, the softwares that I'll be using. Like, all of the week up until now has been just trying to get into meetings, trying to, you know, meeting the team, stuff like that. And then just like requesting all these permissions and softwares and stuff like that from help desk so that I can do my job. So yeah, it's just been a lot of setup type stuff so far. And yeah, I think that'll really kind of start to shift next week. But for today and tomorrow, hopefully that starts to slowly shift, where I'm feeling a little bit more set up and a little bit less like trying to just like gather resources. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna go jump on this company meeting, and I'll be talking to you at some point. Well, we're back from the walk. I've got my window open here, so I've got a breeze. Oh, it's just like so beautiful out. This is like one of those times that I'm super grateful for. I'm being, you know, moving to Raleigh and just enjoying that, because it's the middle of February and it is 70, you know, in the low 70s. So yeah, just like really nice. Also just really nice because of what the week has been. And because, as you guys probably know, if you followed me for any length of time, that walking is a big part of what we do as a family. That's, one of the things we love about it here. And so getting outside is just like a huge, huge plus, something we both really look forward to, something that is just like of the utmost importance to me. It's everything to me. It really helps me feel calm and centered on a regular basis. And so with this shift into the job and stuff and not having the same freedoms that I will to just be able to like go do that at any point during the day, it was really nice to go at lunch today, take that time. That place is like super close to the house. So really manageable to do at lunchtime or, eventually in the morning before work. So just grateful to have that, but it felt really good. Just kind of, I know I mentioned earlier, like my energy's been pretty good today, but that again, just kind of like helped me feel like, okay, like you can keep some pieces of the life you've had and like the things that I've come to love and enjoy. So it feels like I'm not making some massive sacrifice or something like that. So yeah, felt really, really good. And yeah, I really want to get two things here because I've kind of got a handful of things on my plate to start moving forwards. So yeah, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Friday, obviously, but it's my first official Friday working a job. So it's like an actual Friday, like the weekend is here. It's different when you have your own business. And, I was only taking client calls during the week, but there's just stuff to do on the weekend, or you make stuff to do. It's a choice, a boundaries choice there. But yeah, so anyways, just feels kind of funny because it's like, it's like my first actual Friday. But yeah, feeling good to start the day, kind of excited to hopefully just end my week on a good note here, tie up some of like the admin stuff, but also make a little bit of movement on like actual work, the things that I'm like slowly stepping into. Yeah, just feels good, and that's kind of what I'm hoping today is. I know I have, one meeting later today, with my boss just to kind of wrap up the week, review it, talk how things went, probably set myself up for success next week. But otherwise, yeah, it's just kind of like knocking stuff out. So I'm really hoping today is like uber productive now that the dust is like slowly starting to settle. There's still plenty, but I just feel like I can actually make movement on a few things. I have a little bit more of an understanding of, the business, the team, my role, all those things. So yeah, so just kind of excited to get into it today. I'm really not sure how much I'm gonna have to share. Like I said, I do really kind of want to be heads down. But maybe I'll throw in some stuff. Oh, and also a quick story from yesterday. We jumped on a call. So I think I'll have to check back at the video clips, or you'll have seen by now, but I think like yesterday I was wearing my Fresh Beats shirt underneath my kind of like nicer looking hoodie that I really love. And so earlier in the day I was wearing the hoodie because it was kind of cool out, and then it got really warm later in the day, hit 70, all that stuff. We went on the walk. And so in the afternoon, I was only wearing the Fresh Beats shirt, and kind of got like late invited to a team meeting, again, just to be a fly in the wall, not to actually contribute, but to just sit there. And so I jumped on the call that way, not really even thinking about it, just feel like it's a remote team, things feel pretty relaxed. And one of the women who's not on my direct team, but is still like very much works with us in our team, isn't kind of like an integral part, more attached to the business. We're more the technical. She was like, "Hey Ben, how's your first week going?" And I was like, "Oh, it's going pretty good." And my boss quickly jumped in and was like, yeah, well, apparently good enough to where he's comfortable wearing a fresh Beats shirt. And I was just like, oh, God. So I kind of made fun of myself later last night. Like, this was really dorky, and I was nervous to do this, but I was like, fuck it. This is just me. I'm just going to be me, and if it's not okay, then I'll be told that. But I actually sent like a selfie of myself, like in the nicer shirt, the sweatshirt, and to the group, the people that were on the call, and I sent a message and was like, well, logging off. Looks like it's time to put something presentable on. Nobody said anything back, but got like smileys or whatever to it. So I'm a dork, but hopefully making fun of myself is part of the process, and again, just get me in with the team here. But yeah, that was my story for yesterday. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and get on into it. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So, as I'm just kind of playing around with these week in the life vlogs, don't really know what days I'm going to bring you along for, because last week I did Monday through Friday, and that was enough. And that way I can start editing on Saturday and stuff like that. But I actually have some interesting things going on today. So figured it would be fun to bring you along, and I'm going somewhere that is brand new to me. I am going solo, as you can tell. Oh man, this sun is gonna be rough, eh? Well, we're gonna have to make the best of it, because this is the direction that I'm going in the entire time. Actually, we're curving a little bit, so please hold. All right, we're going north now. We are going a little east, but we should be going north for most of this, because this location is pretty much directly north of us. So I'm going to a farm. Why am I going to a farm? Well, I'm going to a farm because I have a friend on this farm. My friend does not own the farm. However, my friend is doing some things with the owner. I believe they are making it an Airbnb and they're doing some stuff with that. Didn't have anything planned for today except, well, I guess I say that, but I do have a few calls planned. But outside of that, didn't have anything planned. So I was like, yeah, sure, it sounds great. A big old hawk. So I was like, yeah, that's like perfect. What a fun way for me to, spend some time on a Saturday, get out of the house, doing something like this, like going to a farm, being around animals. I always loved that idea. I just really don't have an outlet for it, or at least not an obvious one. So I'm excited about this, and I'm excited because if this is enjoyable and if it works out nicely, this is only an hour north of us, so could potentially be somewhere where I or we could visit more often. Apparently the owner's great and stuff. So yeah. So here we go on to a kind of like a little adventure Saturday. Good to know.
Yeah, especially because I'm bringing.
They're like, oh. There you go. Yeah, you can feed on some of that.
It's like having a bunch
Feeding frenzy. Don't jump all the way down. How are you gonna do it, Orange?
You put your arm up to the yeah.
You almost didn't make that one. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It is.